And that's a problem here because the unlevered IRR formula tends to fail under the stress of either high debt or large changes in debt. To see this, consider a company that grows its enterprise valuation from 100 to 180 over 4 years. So that's about a 15.8% CAGR in the enterprise valuation. To stress the unlevered IRR formula a bit, we will hold the enterprise valuations constant and let net debt at entry be either 0, 25, 50, or 75, and then let net debt at exit range from 0 to 150, again in increments of 25. This creates 28 different return scenarios. In this table, you see the gross MOIC ranges from 0.3x to 7.2x, and the total equity IRR ranges from minus 26% to about 64%. Now, this gives us everything we need to calculate the Munich model's unlevered IRR. We can get average debt to equity ratio using the numbers in the upper left, pull the IRR from the total equity return table, and we can estimate the interest rate and the corporate tax rate with values like these here. But before we calculate, let's think about the kind of answer that we should expect. We know that the company's enterprise valuation grew at a rate of 15.8%. And if you look at the equity returns table, you see the scenario with zero net debt at both entry and exit has an equity IRR of 15.8%. This is a pretty good guess of our unlevered IRR because this is the 100% equity funded scenario. So the unlevered IRR for all 28 scenarios should be around this 16% number. However, when you run the numbers through the Munich model, you find that many of them stray from that 16% target. In fact, several of them are negative, and this doesn't make sense. Enterprise valuation grew, and anything that grows should have a positive IRR. For comparison, consider the unlevered IRRs determined by the derivative model of value creation that we will start to discuss in the next video. They're all much closer to our 16% target, and the math behind them is far simpler than the Munich model equations we showed earlier. This is of course important because in the Munich model, any errors in the unlevered IRR lead to errors in lambda. And this leads to errors in the unlevered return and the leverage effect. And this leads to errors in all of the other downstream value creation components. This is a significant shortcoming of the Munich model, and it's a shortcoming that's not present in the next two value creation models that we'll discuss, namely the derivative model of value creation and the logarithmic model of value creation.